Hey everybody, Adam here. Today we're taking a look at the awesome new Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer Box. Always a really exciting time when there's a new expansion for the Pokemon TCG, and Obsidian Flames looks like it should be, an awesome expansion. First off, super happy with the artwork on the front of the Elite Trainer box packaging here. Great image of Charmander and, great use of colors there. I'm looking forward to seeing how they work that artwork through everything in the Elite Trainer box. And, pretty excited about some of the cards in Obsidian Flames here as well. Some really interesting versions of existing cards and some pretty awesome artwork from what I've seen in some of the promos. So looking forward to seeing what we get in the Elite Trainer box here. So without further ado, let's dive in and see what we get inside the box. Lots of awesome things inside the Elite Trainer box, but first off, I want to take a quick look at the collector box that we get here. Really happy with this. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of the Charmander art on the front of this Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box. And I think they've done an excellent job of incorporating that into this box here. It's going to be a great storage container and display item on our shelf. Like I said, really happy with the color combinations they chose here. And I like the shine on it as well. The flames that they have in the background there. A nice combination of shiny and sort of matte finish, just a really nice look there to it. Quite happy with that. And, like I said, this is going to be a great display piece on our shelves. It, really, whether you have it either way with this side facing or the end cap there with Charmander, it looks great both ways. And, that art carries forward. We've got that art on the excellent sleeves that you get inside the Elite Trainer. Always nice to get sleeves for your decks. And, this is an excellent set here. Love the way the light catches that. Really nicely done. And they continue that art into the card dividers as well. Nice on this side. And then if you look on the back side here, just a continuation of the flame imagery, which looks really nice as well. So, excellent use of that artwork. The Elite Trainers usually have great artwork on them, but this is definitely one of the ones that I would consider to be, in sort of the top of the pile as far as artwork goes. Then we've got a couple of status markers here. We've got a nice stack of basic energy cards. Always useful to have more of for using when you're building decks. Then we've got an excellent Charmander card here. Full art. Love the look of this. Always a big fan of the full art cards. It's interesting the little story scenes that they include in these cards, and this is definitely an excellent looking one. Charmander inside the window there, doesn't seem too happy about being inside, wants to be out, but an excellent looking card and a great one to pick up as part of the Elite Trainer box. Now we got some dice as well here. Really like the coloring on the bigger die that comes with the Elite Trainer box. I wish they'd done something a little different for the smaller dice there. It's not necessarily a color combination that really sort of speaks to or ties in with the color combination for the expansion and the Elite Trainer in general. So I think that's a little bit disappointing. Still like the dice and they look nice, but you know, I like the way they went with the big one, and I feel like they could have chosen you know, a slightly better color combination for these small ones. Now, the other thing before we get into the booster packs, we've got our player's guide here, which we'll look at in more detail in a moment, but always a big fan of these. Great to see all the cards that are available in the expansion, and nice to see the various sort of strategy tips and highlights they give for cards and combinations of cards that are available in the expansion. Now, in addition to all of this, we get 9 booster packs in the Elite Trainer box, a nice way to, you know, get started with collecting in this particular expansion. And we got some excellent cards here. So first off, a nice Clay Doll card. And then we've got an SQ EX, really cool artwork on there. Love the background, love the coloring and shading on SQ there. So quite happy with that. And, you know, just great to be getting an EX card right out of the gate here. And then we followed that up with Houndstone EX. Excellent artwork on this card. Love the look there. And you know, I'm always a big fan of these ones that are coming out of the sort of the box for the artwork. Full art cards are awesome, but it's another sort of, you know, it's a different sort of cool factor when you've got the art leaking out of the standard card. So happy to see that. And a second EX, really happy with that. Not often that we get multiple EXs from an Elite Trainer box, so that is a nice start here. Then we've got a great looking full shiny Charcadet. Love the artwork on Charcadet there. And then, you know, as always, a big fan of the, you know, elemental pattern in behind here in the shiny area. Then we've got Thunderous. And then Togekiss, great artwork there. And then a third EX card, Vespiquen EX. Really cool artwork on there. Little hard to see Vespiquen there, but it, you know, I think they've come up with an interesting color combination. And, you know, definitely a lot going on. Cool artwork there for the Pokemon. And then neat to see the little shards breaking out here across the rest of the card. So really happy with that. Like I said, not often that you get multiple EXs in an Elite Trainer. It can happen, but, you know, definitely not the norm. So really happy with the cards so far in this particular expansion. We've done quite well here getting going. Then we've got a Timpole. Nice shiny card there. And then an Espeon full shiny here. Really love the backgrounds on both of those cards. And always nice to get an Eevee evolution card there. You know, Espeon is a great looking card. Should be an interesting one to try to use. So really happy overall here. We've done quite well with the 3 EX cards. And then, you know, on top of that, the excellent full art card for Charmander here that comes with the Elite Trainer. An excellent, you know, sort of overall start to our collecting experience with the Obsidian Flames expansion. And, you know, we should definitely be able to use some of these EX cards as we're experimenting with deck possibilities and various card combinations with what's available in this expansion. Now, let's take a look at the player's guide. So as I mentioned, I'm a really big fan of the player's guide in each of the, elite trainer boxes from each expansion. A great way to see all the different cards that are available in an expansion and to get some initial ideas with possible strategies, card combinations that could work well together, specific interesting cards that are new to an expansion. It's just a great sort of gateway into the strategy and various possibilities for a new expansion. And, we won't look at this particular player's guide in exhaustive detail, but definitely want to sort of go over it in general and cover a few spots in more detail. Love the artwork here on the front inside cover page. Excellent looking art there. And, first off here, we've got, a section that talks about what's new in the expansion. And one of the interesting things here is the type shifted Terra Pokemon EX. So it says longtime players and collectors may remember Delta species Pokemon, which were introduced in the EX Delta species expansion in 2005. These Pokemon had different types than usual due to the actions of researchers in a faraway city called Holon. Now in 2023, the terrestrial phenomenon in the Paldea region is imbuing some Terra Pokemon EX with unexpected types, making them stand out from others of their kind. These Pokemon add an extra layer of strategy to the game. Their type, weakness, and resistance are all different than usual, but the energy needed for their attacks hasn't changed at all. So, an interesting idea, and looking forward to seeing exactly how this plays out and, some of the impacts of it. But, a really neat idea. And I think it's cool when these different tweaks come into the meta for the TCG, because it adds some different things that shake up the game a little bit, and adds the potential for some different combinations and directions that you can go with cards and decks. So looking forward to seeing how this plays out as we pick up some of those cards in particular. So we got more talking about that with some of the different Pokemon. We've got new versions of Legendary Pokemon EX, Eevee and its evolutions. So it says, making its Scarlet and Violet series debut in this expansion, adorable little Eevee has brought 2 of its 8 known evolutions along with it. So we were already able to pick up Espeon there. So that was a great pickup. And we will keep our eye out for Umbreon. That would be nice to pick up as well. And then we've got newly discovered Pokemon, Capsakid and Scovillian, Finizen and Palafin. Really like the artwork there on Scovillian. Really cool artwork. And then talking about, interesting abilities here that you can use from some of the different Pokemon. So we got Toedscruel EX, cover your team in a layer of protective mycelium, an ability that blocks the effects of attacks against your Pokemon that have energy attached. While they're still vulnerable to attack damage and abilities, they'll have extra defense against attacks that cause special conditions or other undesirable effects. Should be interesting. So then it talks about Armarouge, Seismitoad, Clefable, Togekiss, which we also were able to pick up already. Drawing cards is a precious gift. With Togekiss's ability, you can draw until you have 8 cards in your hand, but only at the end of your turn, meaning after any attack you might use. This ability's timing is a little unconventional, so don't forget to use it. So another interesting twist there, but definitely great to be able to pick up and have more cards available in your hand to you. And so it goes on. We've got Lumitone, Malamar, Pidgeot EX. The legendary Quick Search is back. It previously appeared as a Poke Power on Pidgeot from the EX Fire Red and Leaf Green expansion in 2004. And now it's reappeared as an ability on Pidgeot EX in Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames. Once during your turn, search for a card, any card, and put it in your hand. Quick and easy. Definitely interesting to see where that particular card goes. That seems like it could be a really useful ability. So, lots of interesting cards and abilities and attacks available throughout different cards in this expansion. So I think there's going to be a lot of different strategy combinations that can come from that. Then, as I mentioned here, we start to go into some initial thoughts on possible combos that could be interesting. So we've got Ortega and Masquerain, and then Claydol and Trevenant, Decidueye and Palafin, Vengeful Punch and Stunfisk, and we got Mawile and Cloth EX. Clawfully Ravenous. Cloth EX and Mawile are hungry for a late night snack, and your opponent's energy is on the menu. The powerful counter-attacking pincer ability works only when Cloth EX is in the active spot. If it takes any damage there, you get to discard an energy from the attacking Pokemon. That's the perfect pairing with Mawile's Special Eater ability, which discards a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon when you play Mawile from your hand to your bench. Before you know it, you'll have gobbled up all your opponent's power to attack. Definitely an interesting one there. Some possibilities for really making it hard for your opponent to build up the energy they need on the cards that they have in play. Then we go into looking at the trainer cards. We got Arven, Brassius, Gita, Ortega. Ortega is a potent disruption card, potentially taking away a key resource from your opponent's hand and replacing it with a new card drawn from their deck. You might be surprised at how often taking a crucial card out of your opponent's hand can completely change the course of a game. Then we've got a stadium here, Pokemon League headquarters, Poppy, Rhyme, Teamstar Grunt. Disruption is the name of the game in Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames, and that continues with Teamstar Grunt. This supporter card puts an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon back on top of their deck, making it significantly more difficult for your opponent to keep up with the pace of the game. As a bonus, it means your opponent will draw an energy card during their next turn instead of another card they might need to advance their strategy. So definitely a lot of cards here that are, working at reducing the energy cards your opponent has on Pokemon in play. So some interesting strategies that could be developed from that. Then we've got Town Store, Vengeful Punch. And then we move into the card list. So basically showing all of the different card combo or cards in general that are available throughout the expansion. Really love the look of that Decidueye EX card. That's definitely one that's high on my list to pick up just from I think it could be good from a strategy perspective, but, high from an art standpoint. I think it looks awesome. And then, let's see, we go on into the fire Pokemon here. We won't look too closely at all of these. We'll look at some of the rarer ones in the back. But, you know, a lot of interesting cards. Definitely a lot of interesting versions of SQ EX. So looking forward to collecting more of those. And this Tyranitar EX looks awesome as well. Really love the look of that. An electric Tyranitar EX is not something you see very often, so that's an interesting one there. And then we've got Myriadon EX there with some nice artwork. A couple cards on here that we picked up already. We've got that Clay Doll. We've got the Vespiquen EX. Still find the artwork, like, I think it's cool artwork, just not you know, necessarily super easy to read where all the parts of the Pokemon are in the image. And then we've got Houndstone EX. Continuing on. There's the Cloth EX that we were talking about a moment ago. Glamora EX, Coriodon EX. Then obviously the awesome Charizard EX card. Looking forward to tracking that down. I think that's going to be an amazing card. Looking forward to trying that out. And then we've also got an awesome looking Houndoom EX card there. Really love the artwork on that one. Love how, you know, Houndoom is coming basically through the card there. And, you know, again, big fan of these ones that leak out over the attack part of the card. I think it adds a lot when there's effects and various things going over top of that part of the card. Then a nice looking Absol EX. And really like the look of that Dragonite EX as well. And the Revavroom EX. So lots of great looking cards in general, but quite a few interesting EX cards in this expansion. And then we start to move into the more rare cards here. Some really, let's see, we got it in focus there. Some really great artwork here. We've got Gloom, Ninetales, Palafin, all amazing artwork there. That Ninetales, super awesome imagery on there. The lighting effect, really well done. And then let's see here, what else we got? Really like the look of that full art Cleffa card there as well. I think the Scizor card, really awesome, well done. Love the look of the Pidgey and Pidgeotto, or yeah, Pidgey and Pidgeotto. They almost look like video game, basically, artwork cards there. So that's really cool. And the Varoom is awesome as well. All very different styles of artwork, but, you know, really well done. And then you can see here we've got the SQ EX card that we picked up. You know, awesome version of the artwork for that. And they've got versions of Tyranitar and Vespiquen EX that are in that style as well. Really nice looking cards. So we'll be on the hunt for those as well. A nice Charizard EX card there as well in a similar style. Just really well done all around. And then you get down into some of the really crazy cards here. We got the Charizard EX and Revavroom. Awesome artwork. So much going on, but so well done. And again, we got a Pidgeot EX card, very video gamey style to it, very, very well done. And then the gold Charizard EX card. Really looking forward to trying to get those. And then we've got the promo cards here. So you can see Palafin, Cleffa, Togekiss, Mawile, Palmy, and Wooper. We got our Charmander card there from the Elite Trainer box, which is really nice. And then the Houndstone and Eevee. So lots of, really impressive cards to be on the hunt for. As I said, really love these players guides. They're a great way to learn more about everything that's available in the new expansion. And, quite excited overall with what we managed to get here in our Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box. Just the beginning of our journey through this new expansion, but, a great start with 3 EX cards already. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And, make sure to keep an eye out. We've got more Obsidian Flames videos coming on the channel, as well as a lot of other cool videos. So we will see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.